Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, the big one, the big one. Coming in September, Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. That's the big fight, man. Everybody's kind of, you know, looking forward to that fight because it's big. It's between two legends, and we talk about it often. We had fights this weekend. Clarissa Shields handled her business. I was going to talk about it, but then again, it's just because I really didn't have too much positive to say about the women's boxing right now because there's just so much distance between Clarissa and the rest. That's why I'm a Savannah Marshall fan because I think Savannah Marshall's the only one that could really give her a run for her money. And then that bad news. It's not bad news. What is his name? Xandar, whatever his name is. The guy, 22-year-old who won, beating what's his name? Jorge Garcia for the 154-pound WBO championship. He beat him on points. And when I'm looking at that, I'm like, well, there goes the legacy in the 154-pound division. That's how I'm looking at it. Just a little negative, guys. I know, because we should be happy we got a 22-year-old WBO champion, but it's like watered down and diluted, right? Although Xandar did his job, what he was supposed to do with defeating Garcia, right? But I know that that division is not going to be unified anytime soon. There won't be an undisputed champion coming out of there. A guy of that level, that shouldn't have been a championship fight for me. A championship fight, both of the guys. And now you have a champion, which at least he called these guys out. But I don't see, him and Fundora, him and Martisev, I forget his name, but the guy who beat up Tim Chu, right? Martizelia, right? That ain't gonna happen, right? They're not gonna fight those guys. So I don't see any unification happening there, right? Because I can also remember guys of the cloth of Tim Chu and the big guy Fundora, they were acting weird when it came to fighting Terence Crawford. So I don't think a guy like that, if Terence Crawford were to beat Canelo and come back down to 154, I don't see unification going when you have a Xandar having a title, right? And I'm doing his name not justice, my bad. It's just not hitting me right now. But I just think that's a problem going forward. I don't see any unification there. Just like at 147 pounds, I don't see Barrios trying to unify with Brian Norman or before your boy Boots went up. I don't see it. They know where their level is. So I don't see the unification coming. And that's the only issue. It's not a problem with a good fight happening. But as far as legacy, and sometimes we're getting to be a little spoiled now. We want unification in every division. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little bit what that is. But let me get to the point. There's a couple of things, I've been hearing that's kind of, if I would put it positive, I would say fascinating. If I put it negative, I would probably say ridiculous, right? Asinine. But we're going to keep it positive. Let's just say fascinating. It's like, for you guys that are old enough, if I would say, you cannot be serious. If you're old enough, you'll know that's a tennis legend and John McEnroe. For others, you might be like, man, I don't know what's wrong with my people. I don't know what's wrong with my people. Something wrong with it. Then you'll probably know what I'm talking about. That's a bad impression of Bertie Mac. I'm talking about he's saying you don't know what's wrong with his people. Those two things come to mind. You cannot be serious. There's something wrong with my people. Those things keep coming to mind when I keep hearing, going up to the Terence Crawford and the Canelo Alvarez fight, about Terence Crawford could be drugged on dope, right? And I'm thinking, it's the usual suspects, usual suspects. We're talking about a guy who ain't been dope before. Fighting a guy that's been dope before. Why would we even entertain that thought? Let it happen then. If Terence Crawford's doped, ain't been doped before, right? And I'm saying before. He ain't been doped before. In all his career, he's at the end of his career, ain't been doped before. He's black, which means he's been checked. He's winning by landslides, which means he's been double checked. And he's been checked before this fight already. Right? Same usual suspects ain't even asked, is Canelo been tested? He's the one that's supposed to be tested. He's been doped before, twice. Right? And leading up into this fight here, he should be getting tested. Why are we even entertaining that? Like we got an issue. Like he's gonna be doped. He's been tested already. He's already come out and said he's tested. He's gaining weight, so I'm pretty sure they at his house all the time. Because you trying to gain weight, you trying to do it during the time before the fight. Just when you're gonna be on drugs, right? And I'm pretty sure we learned from all the other Mexicans that have been doped that they've been doing it before the fights. So they're gonna probably finally say, well, let's check him before the fight. Why are we worried about Terence Crawford? Something going on with the smaller guy. According to some of these people, it wouldn't matter if he was doped because they didn't care that Ryan Garcia was doped versus Devin Haney. Devin Haney couldn't get out of the way of a left hook. He was missed weight. They didn't care. You can't, hey, it happened. You can't unsee it. So if those people don't care, why are we caring? Because they don't care then. They don't care about you being doped. What would entertain with my people to make videos about that? It's just ridiculous. You cannot be serious. It's just funny though. But it also shows how lucrative it must be, right? Or it's the house nig mentality. Whatever it is, there's no grounds for talking about Terence Crawford being dope. Unless the guy gets dope, let him get caught or something, right? But until that happens, damn, I've been fighting for 20 years. I ain't been doped yet. And I've been whooping plenty ass from bigger dudes all the time. And I've been checked for doped. Yeah, I hear that snack stuff. You're messing around with snack. Whatever. They've been there at his house a lot. Messing around with snack. And if there's a way to get around the doping test, believe me, he ain't the only one. And the ones over there, the 7 Mexicans have been caught at Eddie Reynoso need to get their stuff together then. You know what I mean? Or whatever. We're not going to, this is just ridiculous. Hey, we do crimes in front of your face every day, but we look away from those and he could possibly be doing crimes. We have no proof of it, but he could possibly be doing crimes. Look over there. Don't look at the one that's doing crimes in front of your face every day. Right? That's a little bit, segue to politics. So we're doing the same thing. We don't care. This is happening in your face every single damn day, but we're going to talk about somebody that ain't done nothing and we ain't got no proof of, but we're going to talk about him because he look a certain way. Damn it, Terence Crawford ain't dope. He ain't been, and there's no grounds. The other dude could possibly be, let's check him. Or let's check both of them. Terence Crawford has already come out and said he's been checked. The other one hasn't. I don't think we need to be aiding and abetting and trying to put something in somebody's ear to where if this guy wins, he could have possibly been doped. Why would you want to do that? The answer to that is absolutely ridiculous, or you cannot be serious. It's asinine. Grow up. Doma Sports Talk Worldwide. And I'm out of here, y'all.